as tall as you.
So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny Morning Show for Tuesday, April 18th, 2017. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the most legendary game developer in the room, Tim Schafer.
Hello! Look how tall I am.
Did you do it? I didn't even go lower watching. Then you look really tall. And this hurts my
How do you
knees,
stop
though.
just watching yourself the whole time? Look how fast.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're one of these. You're one of the normies.
I'm not used to constantly staring at my.
Kevin, we need to turn off the confidence monitor.
No, it's good. It's good.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna. This is.
What did you call it? Confidence monitor.
Confidence monitor.
Confidence monitor.
Confidence monitor.
Like you're monitoring your own.
What's like am I looking at the right camera? Am I doing that? You can see the monitor if you're not.
These show business people.
Confidence. Yeah, that's us.
Speak a whole
This is the one
different
thing I learned from Up at Noon. Confidence monitors.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming by.
Nice. I know I was on here recently. You guys are probably all sick of me, but
no. You see, that's the whole thing. There's so many different shows we do that a lot of people probably didn't even see you when you were on before.
That's true.
Why
didn't they watch that?
They hate everything. They hate
gave
people.
It our best.
They hate.
Yeah.
You've never gotten to work a show with Kevin before. Hey, Kevin.
Hey.
How you doing? Well, no, he'll have to hit 50 switches, but eventually, there it is. See, he pops up. And
no, he was laughing the whole time. Remember before?
Oh.
Yeah.
He was laughing, all right.
Roll pals.
Who was laughing at what? What? What's that?
Kevin, a lot of call-outs for frames. Are we having frame difficulties over there?
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You look good.
Just making
You
sure.
should sit to the Trans-American building. There you go. Coming out of your head.
It's like one of the dunce
unicorn.
cap. Remember the dunce cap?
Yeah. Remember the dunce cap?
Yeah.
Like
Did you ever?
Oh, they're saying frame rate.
Yeah.
That's just how slow.
What did you think I meant?
Framing. And I was
Oh,
like,
the framing was great. You're doing great. You're dominating the framing.
We're not having any issues on our end. It's
That's my bad frame rate.
And the same thing happened yesterday, people said, and then they refreshed. Right there, Hectic Sausage says it's fine now. For some reason, yesterday's start and this start did too, but I think it's on Twitch's end. You know Twitch. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Can't do anything.
Just do your best.
Yeah, that's what you can
Just
do.
try and talk slowly.
No.
Does that help?
No, that doesn't help with frames at all. No, not at all. How you doing, Mr. Schafer?
I'm good. I'm relaxed. You know,
Full Throttle.
Full Throttle is launching. It's launched.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah.
People are. Why are you watching this? You could be playing Full Throttle
don't
right
listen.
now.
Well, because they're going to get it on PlayStation. Of course,
could have your
PlayStation
Vita.
Store doesn't update until 2-ish in the afternoonish.
I really thought it was 10. Okay, you get on Steam now. And then you
Yeah,
get on
you
your
can get on
Vita,
Steam now,
and you
yeah,
can
if
play
you
it on the
store
Vita
it.
while watching this amazing show.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's where I've got it preloaded on my Vita at home.
It's exciting.
I'm very excited about it. We're going to stream some after the morning show, you and me.
Almost 22 years to the day.
What's that feel like?
This month.
Do you think you'll ever make new games?
super old.
Or are you
No.
just going to keep coasting on the coattails of your old shit?
Yeah, wouldn't
Okay.
you? I mean, how long do you gonna want to work?
I mean, I'm ready to bring back Oreo-ration. The remastered Oreo-ration episodes any second.
Go back and change your outfits and make you dress cooler.
Yeah, just go back and reread my old IGN reviews into new videos or whatever.
Like, man, I was right. I nailed it. I mean, it is kind of strange to be like you were looking at your own writing from that time and like who you were at the time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
I was really dumb. I was writing about like when you're writing about things like life and death, and I was like 20 something at that time.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I didn't know what I was talking about, but I had read a lot of books and I was imitating.
Sure, what you think adults feel like about life and death, right? Yeah.
On the road. I mean, one thing I'm writing about bikers. Like I know, and I like
This is before Sons of Anarchy. We didn't have source material. We didn't know.
No, we had the Wild One, the Marlon Brando movie, which everyone should watch,
Of course.
and then the Road Warrior is very, that was my favorite movie at the time, and Hunter S. Thompson's Hell's Angels book.
Yeah.
I read it and I was like, we can't do any of this.
No, this isn't going to work. Lucas won't go for this.
Lucas is not going to go for this. This is not how a Jedi acts. And that was my reference material.
Gotcha.
And growing up was like a very safe childhood in Sonoma. And
So you had no, you didn't know what it was like on the open road.
I had
with
a motorcycle.
hog.
I had a motorcycle through college, and my brothers and stuff all rode motorcycles. My dad's like 82. He's still going to work. He rides a scooter to work. So
Well, that's a scooter. That's not a motorcycle.
Well, he used to ride a motorcycle, but
He's trying to be.
he crashed it. He crashed it once. He would go for a joyride on the way home from work, and he crashed it on a mountain road, and he had to set his own pinky on the side of the road. Did that ever happen on Sons of Anarchy? That's how hardcore
I don't think it did.
Schafer's are. Super hard.
Super hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's two types. I've heard, with motorcycle riders, there's two types of riders: those who have crashed and those who are going to crash.
Wow.
Because everybody ditches it eventually, they say.
It's not known for its safety.
No, not at all. My father, big Greg Miller, he came through a while back, did a Game Over Greggy show exclusive with me, right? You can get it at patreon.com/kindafunny. And I was, my dad, very stoic man, not very emotional. That's
why you're so cold.
Exactly. That's why I'm totally opposite. I'm in there. I'm grasping. I'm trying to get the dirt on his life. You know what I mean? We'll talk about your motorcycle accident because we've never actually spoken about it. I've heard stories about it, right? I'm like, what happened? He's like, oh well, we were pulling up to some some railroad tracks. My friend was in front of me, or I wasn't paying enough attention or whatever, and I forget one of the way. And then they clipped the back tire, and my dad tumbled over, and he's like, yeah, I hit my head. And I got knocked out. I was like, how long were you knocked out for, Dad? He goes, 2 weeks. I'm like, that's a coma. That is a coma, Dad. Like, you need to start using the proper terminology telling this story.
He's talking like he got punched out by a prize fighter.
Oh, I woke up 30 seconds later. No,
Yeah.
he was out for a long, long time. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's okay now.
Yeah, he's okay.
But
some say he never came out of the coma.
His emotions were knocked out of him.
Exactly. He was he was an artsy fartsy, he felt, you know what I mean? He was a painter, and then he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna go work in construction from here on out.
Dad, won't your love for me wake up?
Never. That's never gonna happen. I'm
really
a giant disappointment, right, Kev?
What? Was he impressed when it came to the studio?
Oh, he's super impressed with everything.
Look at this.
Dad's super impressed, super happy with everything you do. Kevin, we've been talking about Full Throttle a lot here. Will you bring up the last 2 links I gave you? These are the reviews right now.
Oh, wait, that's put me on the spot with this gotcha review.
Gotcha journalism?
3 out of 10.
No, you did great. IGN.com, Mike Rigo, he's reviewed it. He gave it an 8.0, called it great.
Yeah,
Full Throttle Remastered improved looks. No, Full Throttle Remastered's improved looks and sounds make it a great way to experience a classic comedy adventure.
I agree.
And then over at Kotaku, they gave it the ringing endorsement too, because they don't do it. You know, they just recommend it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full Throttle Remastered.
That's
Kick-ass mood, pixel art is still amazing, fun protagonist. But they said far too short. Maybe you should have made it longer this time around. Did you think about that?
I think we were way ahead of our time with our length on that game.
See, that's the thing is, like I was telling you when you got here, like my Full Throttle memory is my best friend Patrick Polasic Poe coming over with it, popping it in the PC, and us playing it.
Patrick Polasic came over and popped in the PC.
Yep.
Keep going with that.
I hate you so much.
Can't stop. You can't stop with that.
He popped it in the PC. Proceeded to play.
The point and click. Don't stop now.
The poignant point and click.
Yeah.
Anyways, he popped in and it was great. But he never showed games to me. I was always the guy giving him games. So it was always a distinctive memory of him bringing a game I had never heard of somehow, putting into the PC, us playing it there. But I don't remember it taking us 5 hours. I remember it taking a lot longer.
It was only 5 hours when you had the internet to look up hints.
Sure.
Right?
Back then we were a bunch of idiots.
It was like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I mean, back then, like an 8-hour game, we always had these games were like 40 hours, 50 hours. But nowadays, I think there's a lot more place for like an 8-hour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting when they say 5 hours now. I'm like, oh, something I can do. Meanwhile, I'm looking down, I still got like 120 in Persona to go. Like,
I mean, that was some of the theories of why it sold better than a lot of other adventure games, because it was the biggest hit adventure game we had at the time. And some people were like, that was the first game I ever finished.
Yeah.
Like a lot of adventure games before the internet, you just couldn't finish them.
You just got to a point.
Like, maybe you'd get like Strategy Plus magazine and like find some, but you'd often get stuck and just put it down. And this one people finish, and after you finish it, you talk about it. You tend to talk about it more, like, hey, this game's great.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly because it was awesome. It's a great game.
Sure.
That's why.
Now, did you ever think, as somebody who made adventure games, maybe you should just make the puzzles make more sense? Because that was always the problem, right? Well, I got this cordless phone,
That makes sense.
and if I throw it out the window, when I hear the siren, it bounces off the car, hits that guy in the head. He calls my mother. She comes pick me up.
What puzzle's that?
I don't know.
That's a good one, though. I'm stealing it.
No, don't do it.
And that
You're
I've been used, because
it.
otherwise I'm going to steal that.
Put it in Broken Age 2.
You know, adventure games, they really make sense when you're making them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
when you're in your own head with your own logic, it totally makes sense.
When someone describes, I get a lot of pitches for adventure games too. People are like, this is this game, and here's a puzzle. If you do this, you do this. And mostly a designer will think about it only in terms of, the solution sounds like a reasonable thing we just talked about, but how would anyone ever know any of these steps? So we do work really hard to try and make all the steps clear. And also, as a defender, I'm going to sound defensive, but like if you talk to all the people in the world, they usually, one of them will just tell you, here's what you do to solve the puzzle. So just enjoy the dialogue, talk to all the people, and then try all the objects on the things, and eventually someone's going to be like, hey, dummy, throw the cell phone out the window and record the siren going by. That's pretty good.
There you go.
Recording the cell phone in the... I'm going to write that down.
Go ahead and do it, yeah. Well, that's not paper. That's just running anything.
I'm pantomiming. Theater.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny Morning Show. Each and every weekday here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about before jumping into the chat to answer your questions, comments, and concerns. In between those two segments, I reach into the internet, grab a video game, toss it to one of you beautiful people. Spoiler alert, it's Full Throttle Remastered today. There's multiple ways to win, of course.
I've heard that's very good.
You can be in the chat. I heard it's an 8.0 according to IGN. Great.
9.5.
Oh, it should be now. They're doing that thing where they're knocking you down.
Yeah, because it's old.
Fucking God, I hate that. You know what I mean?
Mastered that thing.
That's the problem. You got people like Marty Sleeve over there, like, I don't want old games, I want new games.
Is that what he sounds like?
I'm Marty. I have an alcohol dependency problem.
Wow.
That's true. I mean, come on.
Wow.
No, I mean, nail on the head, but damn.
Thank you, Kevin. All right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're going to go remark the score now for you. Don't worry about it. You can, of course, if you're listening to this later on youtube.com/kindafunny or podcast services around the globe, there are other ways to win the game. We'll tell you about it later. Before we jump into the real news, though.
Yeah.
Amnesia Fortnite's going on right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm so relaxed, because we do the game jam, and it's like the company splits into 4 groups, and for those 2 weeks, they have to make the game, and I don't have to do anything.
So what is
tweet about
for
it.
people who don't know, what is Fortnite?
So it's 2 weeks where it's called Amnesia Fortnite because we forget what we were working on.
Okay.
Because the first one was in the middle of Brutal Legend, and that was a 4-year project. So like 2 years in, I was like, oh, this is kind of oppressive, big project that has like another couple years to go, and we already been like, I think the team needs a break. So we took 2 weeks off from the project.
Smart.
And
I'm sure the publisher loved that.
We didn't have one at the time.
Oh, really? Yeah. I thought this was already under THQ.
This was in between publishers. Remember that game got canceled and brought back. So we had this 2 weeks where we just took a break, and we split into 4 groups, and each group had to make a game in 2 weeks, just like a full game. And that very first one, I believe that was the one. That was the one that we made Custodians of the Clock, which turned out to be Iron Brigade eventually.
Okay.
And Happy Song, which turned out to be Once Upon a Monster. But it's just started as a creative exercise. Like, can you make a game in 2 weeks? Can this team that's making this like $20 million 4-year game make a game in 2 weeks? And it was just, everyone just like exploded with like enthusiasm, and there's just a huge morale boost. And it gave a chance for people who were like a lead programmer or a lead designer to be a project leader and like try something new. And everyone got to try something new. And everyone was just really excited about it. And then we did it again. And then after the project, and then when we were working on Brutal Legend 2, that got suddenly canceled. And then we're like, oh, I guess we're going to go out of business. Or...
Well, it's been a good run, everybody.
That was fun. But we had these 8 demos, and we picked like our 4 favorite demos, and we took them on the road and got them all signed. And Costume Quest is one of them. Yep.
There was. The one that... So I mean, it's pretty safe to say Costume Quest saved Double Fine.
Well, I mean, I was no way I was going to get a $20 million game signed in that before we ran out of money. But those 4 little games, we got each one of them signed, and they did save the company. And it was the creativity of our team that saved the company, which is nice. It was a good. That was a tear because it was an inspirational moment. Yeah. And ever since then, we've done it every couple of years, and we've had a gap now because we have been so busy. But we made it public a couple of years ago. So because after our big crowdfunding Broken Age extravaganza, and having the documentary crew in the office, we just got addicted to that much attention.
Sure, you love it. Yeah. Once you have the limelight,
once you have the confidence monitor, you can't stop looking at it. And but also because we were really interested in transparency in the game development.
Sure.
Just like opening up, let people see how games are made, so you could see both that like, oh, they're made by dummies just like me, right? They're not like some other.
Sure.
Because when I was a kid, I always wanted to make video games. I was like, who makes them? They must be super smart.
Who are these wizards?
Who are these wizards who like, it
happen?
must be like scientists and robots and all these people. Aliens,
Exactly.
like,
Those are the people making the games.
and then we're like, nope, dummies like you. Like just not that you're, you know what I'm saying.
Dummies like us.
Dummies like us.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, but just regular people. And also that to show the passion that goes into see how much love and care the people who make games put into them. And so we decided to make it public, and the documentary crew filmed these teams, and those stories you got people even more excited, and our community is more involved. As you know, like things have changed with like the way you guys interact with your community. It's a very like high bandwidth back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not the way the game development used to be. It used to be like we were in this kind of castle, and we'd kick out the games, and it'd be like, hope you didn't like that.
Who made that? Where did that come from?
Yeah. And now it's just like a big back and forth, whether it's the forums or the documentaries or just, you know, the community is more involved. And in fact, this time, the community has organized their own jam. They're going to do a 2-week jam along with us. And they put up their pitches, and they let their community vote, and they're making a game called Pong Ball. It's like a physics-based Pong and pinball put together. And so they're doing that alongside of us. So it just gets more and more open and participatory.
That's cool.
This is game development participation.
There it is. It's all moving around. I see it's happening down there.
Like air hockey.
Sure, exactly. This table reminds me of air hockey.
It would be great. Just drill a million holes in it.
Yeah, well, Kevin, drill some holes in this thing and get air hockey up and running. All right, cool. Kevin, what are you playing over on your Switch today? Puyo Puyo Tetris. Thanks, Kev. The Elder Jew in the chat says, I'm just sitting here. He says hitting here, but he means sitting here waiting for Costume Quest 3.
Yeah.
Isn't there a cartoon coming and everything else now? Come on.
Yeah, it's gonna be there's gonna be a cartoon that Zach Norman, the guy who did the book, did. It's really, really awesome.
So you got to do it then. That's how it works. You need a Costume Quest universe. You need to get a game out there to promote the show to promote the game.
You know, we're doing a lot of remasters and sequels now, so I feel like it's great to think about like something new, but also Costume Quest is the kind of thing that I feel like will never go away because every Halloween, you
everybody
think
plays
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I play through it with my daughter. We played 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these are great. These are great little games. You know what would be great? Another one of those. But I think we have to get the current games out of our. We're doing this big Psychonauts thing right now. It's pretty big.
Just cancel it. No, I mean, like, for real. You think people have waited a long time for Psychonauts? They'll wait a little bit longer.
Yeah,
they just got Rhombus of Ruin. They're fine.
Yeah. Did did you play that, Rhombus of Ruin?
No.
Yeah, we gotta get one of those.
I have it. The VR is there. I have the thing.
No
but
pressure.
then I come home and there's like, a dog, Persona. There's all these things happen. There's no time, is what I'm saying.
That's how I feel about that. Just, so
Whatever, are you caught up on every game out there right now?
No, I
You think
play,
just because
like,
I bring you here all the time and use your celebrity to promote this show, I want to go play your games?
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that would be a fair trade-off, probably.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably would have been a fair trade-off.
So, Image of Fortnite is awesome. And I get to be here because the crew's working hard. And
Exactly. Now it's easy for you to get out and go do other things.
I'm going to go to Brazil tomorrow.
But not for fun.
Well, there's a games conference that
Okay.
I hope is fun. The Geek and Game of Rio conference.
Is it down here?
And I'm going to go down there and I'm gonna watch the documentary episodes just like everybody else and to learn about what's going on in Double
Are you giving a speech down in Brazil?
There's going to be a panel. I'm going to be talking to game devs. And
Are you going to go to all the places they went to in Fast and the Furious? Which one was that, Kevin? Brazil, Fast and the Furious?
5.
5, where they went in Fast and Furious 5?
Yeah, and I'm going to go that
He goes,
fast.
Brazil! Remember that? Vin Diesel.
I would do that, but I think I've been sweating. So
Oh, no, I understand. No. Yeah.
like this. Brazil!
Sure. Trust me, this is the one show you don't need to worry
Did
about
they
sweating.
jump off the arm of the big Jesus? Or
No,
that
no.
would have been.
No,
that
that's
would've
too
been
much.
great.
That's too far. You got to respect the big Jesus. First story!
Yeah. News.
Comes from IGN.com. Marvel Heroes Omega has a closed beta release date announcement thingamajig here on PlayStation 4.
Superheroes are boring.
We'll deal with that in a second. Seth Macy says Gazillion's Marvel Heroes Omega closed beta comes to PS4 Friday, April 21st. Earlier this month, Gazillion revealed Marvel Heroes Omega is coming to both PS4 and Xbox One, but the upcoming closed beta for PS4 only. An Xbox One beta is coming in the quote-unquote near future. Once available, buying a Founders Pack through the PlayStation Store entitles you to beta access, according to a forum post from the developer, and anyone who participates in the beta can look forward to receiving Daredevil at no cost. The final game on console brings 38 characters at launch, with Iron Fist and War Machine exclusive to the Founders Pack for a 6-month period. Marvel Heroes Omega is one of many Marvel. That's just them talking about now.
And you're going to play that before Rumbles Run.
1000%, motherfucker.
Christ.
There's a Let's Play up right now of Marvel Heroes Omega. Me, Anthony, and then Nick comes in as Nick Fury and starts screaming at us and shooting a gun. And he does a Samuel L. Jackson mixed with Morgan Freeman impression. And I don't understand if that's racist or okay, but he does it, so that's where that is. YouTube.com/kindoffunnygames. What the fuck? Superheroes are boring?
Superheroes are so stupid.
What are you talking about?
I'm like-
Psychonauts are kind of superheroes.
Yeah, but they're realistic psychic superheroes, right? They can use their mind, the power of their mind. That's
Yeah.
real power. I'm like, I would destroy all superheroes if I could. Just like I'm like an arch villain.
Yeah, you're
If I
a super
could
villain.
push a
Yeah.
button to destroy all supervillains, because then movies will get better,
What the fuck?
comic books will get better.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
What does that even mean? Comic books, the lifeblood superheroes. For sure, we'd have Paper Girls, but come on,
Yeah.
Saga. You really hate have you always hated superheroes, or just now that they're super popular?
It's just like every time I see a trailer for a new superhero movie, I'm like, okay, I think there's some enough.
Do you watch any of the
Enough.
superhero movies?
I do. You remember that Superman movie in the 80s? That was
Yeah.
that was really good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Lean in your microphone, put down your game, Boy, son. Talk to us.
He's
put
like,
down-
that
When I was
Superheroes are
young,
great.
it was great. Rewatching it now, it's like
Whoa.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, now
I used
Kevin,
to.
I can't fight a war on all
Yeah.
fronts.
Greg,
This is
I'm
what
just
you call
saying
the
this is
wedge. The
true.
first thing I have to do is come between you two.
Damn it, he's good at this.
Yeah, and then I
Wait, you
take
don't
him
like
down.
Superman the movie?
No, I mean I love it, but like in the same way that I love
my mind.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
No, no,
Turtles.
no,
Okay,
no,
all
no,
right,
no, no,
all right.
Can you read my mind?
Yeah, can you read? Well,
you
she's
see
also
my underwear?
she
Can you
should
see
be
my underwear?
dangling. She should be dangling the whole flight like this instead, like that. Andy, Superman the movie, good or bad? The first Superman the movie, Christopher Reeve. What the fuck?
He's like, I wasn't born.
I'm aware he wasn't born. I'm aware I wasn't either.
It's a movie I haven't seen since I was like maybe 5 years old.
Sure.
I'm just saying, every time I see a trailer, I'm like, what if they made something up instead? Something new.
They do that all the time. They're indie flicks and you don't go support them. Did you see Colossal yet? Didn't think so. That's why.
It just came out.
That's why. Yeah?
We don't all get to see things before they come out like you.
I
play
do,
Mario Kart before
once
it
in a
comes
while.
out.
Yeah, Mario Kart's great. Do you want to play Mario Kart today?
I do. That would be great. I've been waiting for that.
Well, let's just cancel the Full Throttle stream, play Mario Kart.
Wow, it's always an attack.
Come on, it's not an attack. I'm just saying, I know you're a busy guy. You got things to do. You're going to Brazil.
At least you played that game. Yeah, I am. I got to get out of here. I got to hit the beach.
I'm going to play Full Throttle. Here's my plan for Full Throttle, and a question for you. How quickly will I get a trophy in this game when I start playing? Because I am at level 29, 99%. So I'm right there at the tipping point, but you know, the percents keep it awkward. Do I need 1 bronze? Do I need 3?
There's a platinum in the game.
But I mean, when we play today, we play 30 minutes, we do a Let's Play, or whatever, stream. How am I going to do?
You got a trophy.
All right, good. Let's see if that does it. That'd be big for me. It'd be big to push me over. You know what I mean? But
There's
now,
a game that pushes you over. Okay.
I've waited my entire life, Tim. 34 years next week. I've waited my entire life for there to be superhero movies like there are now. Just let me enjoy this. Why you guys had your chance. Where were all these original IP indie movies that people were all about before? You know what I mean? You had your Basic Instincts. Then you open the door with X-Men, and here we go.
Is that the choices we have in this world?
That's one of your new
like
IP movies.
Superman versus Batman or Basic Instinct. That's all I get to choose from.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, who do you think's getting in the way? You think Zack Snyder's going to be out there making the next big new IP? He tried. What was it? Skullgirls? Nobody liked it. Sucker Punch? I think it was Sucker Punch. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that. I heard that was not. I didn't hear that was great.
It wasn't great.
But that was also wasn't that a comic book already?
I don't fucking know. I thought it was an original thing.
I think it was original.
Thank you, Kev.
I don't know. It's just like when someone has a bunch of money to invest in a thing, they usually like, okay, how do we make sure this doesn't lose any money? Let's find something to slap on it.
Yep.
That whole process is kind of disheartening.
So here we go. We're coming back to now. You got a chip on your shoulder about video games.
No, I think it's changed a lot. Like crowdfunding has let us like do things like adventure games that people wouldn't be able to do if they're always just trying to think about how to minimize their risk on every investment, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sticking with superheroes.
And that period of LucasArts where we made up our own things was because we were forced not to use
Star Wars.
existing. Yeah, we're forced not to use Star Wars. We couldn't use Star Wars, and so we had to make up a bunch of stuff, and we got a bunch of new IPs out of that. But superheroes are fine. They're fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Full Throttle 2, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried.
Did they?
Yeah.
A lot of monkey
But
Island.
I got it canceled with my mind.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
I was like, no, don't make that.
Was it easier, to make new IPs back in the day?
Easier than it is now mentally?
I don't mean like, man, when you had more juice up here, you were more virile, you're ready to get out there. No,
well, that was just like, we didn't realize, it was a really great opportunity to have we were well funded. We're sitting on George's Star Wars pile of cash.
Yeah.
And we were forced to make up new, but you can't use this original, you can't use Star Wars, you gotta make up new stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Make up new stuff, and then it really in the world of like entertainment, that's just such an unlikely opportunity to get.
Yeah.
To get like a funded new IP, because now to launch a new IP, like it takes a big publisher like Ubisoft to like launching a new car brand. Like it's like we're gonna put a ton of money and we're gonna bet everything on it.
Right. And that's why I think we as consumers always get bent out of shape when it's like the game's not even out yet and they're like, wow, it's going to be this universe. We're making this universe out of Watch Dogs. People are like, we don't even know if Watch Dogs is good yet. Slow your roll. I don't need to buy the jacket yet. But then they make it and it's not that great. But they're like, well, there's going to be a sequel. There's going to be this. They got to keep iterating on what they've learned. Because again, they've invested so much money.
I just think as long as there's a breadth, as long as we have those kind of games and other kind of games. I think now we have a lot more diverse choices in games, so it's great. There's room for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Even superheroes.
Next story.
Okay.
Twitter.com/James Gunn. That's right. Director of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Screen Rant said Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has 4 post-credit scenes. James pops in and says 5, actually.
Like they're different, or they just play one after another?
I think they're going to play one after the other. Not one after another. I'm sure it's like
it's
multiple
not like
times.
Where there's like different theaters have different.
No, that'd be great. Yeah. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And here's my thing about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Stick with me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy 1 as well. Boop. The thing about it.
Hold it right up my nostril.
I'm just letting you know. Boop. Is that like that was the thing with the superheroes where they let you do something different. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't cookie cutter like Ant-Man. Fine movie. But it's pretty like by the number superhero. I think there's more comedy to it, but not as much as there should have been if they would have
Mr. Rudd made it more entertaining.
Exactly. Well, Mr. Rudd's great, of course. Right, but that's the thing is, like, to me, like, now that there's a spectrum of superhero movies, you get cool stuff. Like that new Thor trailer, him fighting Hulk. That looks like a fun buddy cop movie. I'm in.
I haven't even seen that.
It's good. It looks good. This one, give it a shot. Give that one a shot. Okay? For me. Did you like Guardians 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your daughter think of all
Like
these
that
superhero
Civil
movies?
War Avengers movie. Do we need all these?
Oh, no, Civil War, don't get me wrong. Spider-Man was the best part of it. I said it. The airport scene when they all got together to fight was the best part of it. I said it.
All right. I said it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. My Civil War opinions are
What'd
not
you bring
popular.
up my daughter for?
I wanted. Does she like superheroes? Does it break your heart?
does
Do
she
you keep her
know?
out of those? You keep her away from those movies? You're like, no, go watch this French independent film. Read the subtitles.
No, I mean, she's drawn to things that have girls in them. That's the weird thing about girls.
Sure.
Girls are like, where's the girl in that? And so there are actually a lot, there are a lot of that we didn't have when I was a kid, but like there's a lot of graphic novels for young readers.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of about Zeta the Space Girl and like, they're like superheroes that are little girls going off into space and stuff. So she's into that.
Okay, cool.
So if they ever make a movie out of those, she'll be right there.
Okay. She like Rey in the Star Wars movies?
She reads the Amulet series and a bunch of, what was the one you said?
Rey from Star
She
Wars.
like Rey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When she gets a little older,
Yeah.
how old is she now?
8.
Yeah, a little bit older. You should let her read Strong Female Protagonist. It's a book, it's a web comic. I picked it up in Edmonton in a collected form. And it's about this superhero girl who eventually is like, being a superhero sucks. This is bullshit. I shouldn't be making these choices, and reveals her secret identity and then goes back to college. And then like all the shenanigans that happens in terms of like superheroes still want, or villains want to fight her still. And how do you balance having these powers and yada, yada, as you want to be an adult.
All right.
Superheroes are good, and I don't like what you've brought to the show today. I want you to know that.
What, differing opinions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. I like people who agree with me.
I want to stick with not so much the fact that you hate, things that are popular and that everybody else loves, but with your game dev talk you were bringing up. We're jumping over to Kotaku.com. Over there, Jason Schreier put up, Horizon Zero Dawn uses all sorts of clever tricks to look so good. Now, Kevin, what I want you to do is, and I can't see the screen, so I'm relying on you.
Wait, what?
TV2's off. We never turn TV2 back. But before you get up, just roll it down to see the GIF. Just let everybody see the GIF.
The GIF's gone.
Just making sure. Yeah. So this is an interesting story. I saw this on Reddit yesterday of like, this is what happens when Aloy looks around the world. And basically it's them rendering everything you'd see in front of you, not behind you, because you have to spin back to that and stuff. I thought, oh, what a cool GIF, and jumped out after that. You know what I mean? Nice, that's fun. And then today on Polygon, I saw an opinion piece that was like, game devs are attacking this article from Kotaku, saying that this is the most basic thing in game dev, ha ha ha, why do they think it's a clever trick? But then there's this disconnect of what a game dev knows versus what a game player knows.
Yeah.
What is this called, Tim?
I mean, this happened even on our internal Slack. Some of the team was like, "Hey, look at this cool GIF or GIF." As supervillains
What do you
like
say?
to call it. Nowadays, I get so confused about what I call it that I just say both.
Okay.
I usually it's a GIF,
Okay.
or GIF.
Yeah.
And it is a cool animated. And someone posted like, "Look at this cool thing they're doing." And then one of the programmers I mean like it looks like just frustrum calling to me. Like
Yeah.
that, you mean like the thing like Carmack did a talk about 20 years ago or whatever. Like it was not impressive, but and so there was a little bit of that. And someone's like, "Well, I just thought it was cool," because even if you know all about it, it is a well illustrated animated GIF. Animated. No, I don't. What do I call it?
GIF. You call it GIF.
I
It's got
call
a
it
G. It's a GIF.
GIF. So, it is cool. So, I mean, were they really attacking it, or did someone just tweet like, "That's just frustrum calling"?
I mean, it's the usual, hey, it's the internet, let's be mad about something day. Where it was just like the developers being like, I can't, and they were like developers, and I was like, I don't know these guys. It wasn't like Neil Druckmann was like, what a bunch of fucking idiots at Kotaku.
I think it is neat, and I think even though they're just showing frustrum calling here, I bet the team that made that engine is doing a million other things and invented a whole bunch of stuff that you can't really see from that.
Sure.
That is definitely going on. And I think it gets that thing about pulling back the curtain. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we see every day that we take for granted. The fact that we're not rendering stuff you can't see.
Yeah.
But if you've been playing a lot of games, you never really thought about it, and then you see this, you're like, it kind of inspires you to like find out a little bit more about game development. Like, oh, that's really interesting. And how do they decide on the fly what to,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really cool math going on. I sound like a
math's cool.
high school math teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
There's really awesome math going
Guys,
on.
they're using a lot of cool equations.
You know
up in
what's
this
cool
piece.
about this? Equations. And but there's a lot of awesome math about it. And and we'll show it sometimes in just the documentary. Like, oh, why are you showing like a wireframe rotation? Because we see this all day long. We see characters being rotated in Maya or some other tool or ZBrush. But if you've never seen how people draw like veins on someone's arm in ZBrush, it's like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
is there stuff you wish as a developer, and you've obviously been better about it with the documentary series and everything, stuff you know as a developer you wish gamers understood more?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is just the human side of it, like the emotions that go with how much the people who make games care about the games.
Yeah.
And, it's just, from the other side of it, you might notice something really wrong with the game, but you'll never notice that they got like 98% of the things they wanted to get done, and that you're really just noticing the 2 they didn't have time for.
Sure.
Actually, it's probably more like they got the 45% done they wanted. You're like,
yeah.
'cause that's more realistic, but just that a lot of people see things in games as like, oh, there was a choice. They chose not to put that feature in that I wanted. But a lot of it was like, they barely were able to get all those features you definitely needed in.
Yeah. So where do you come down, and this is an example, you don't have to speak specifically to this example, but where do you come down on the hullabaloo right now with Andromeda? Where, why did they ship this game without facial animations, but then they patch it, and everybody's like, well, it's clearly EA, and it's got to be their fiscal year, and I mean, like, I assume not being a developer, but knowing that team up in Edmonton, right? The fact that it would matter is, like, they needed to get it out, they knew it wasn't where they wanted to be, but, like, they're still, the chefs and the owner of the restaurant is saying, get the food out. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact specifics. I'd hate to speculate about what's going on there, but I know that you have like a million things to do, and you have this deadline, and there's too much money riding on a deadline usually, and this is what happens in every game, and you just prioritize that list, and you get done the most important stuff in order. So if you see a bug like that in the game, you know there was something much, much worse that they did fix that you never saw.
Yeah.
And you're just seeing. So they're like, oh, thank God, it's just the animation they're talking about, because that whole thing used to actually erase save games and blow up your hard drive, and so that's from my experience what usually happens. You just prioritize that list of stuff you got to get done, and you do it in order. But I don't know other than
that's fine. No, that's what I was, because I mean.
Yeah, I got plus.
Andy Cortez used to make games.
I like that new guy.
Before we brought him over here to edit me in shirtless outfits, but
he's
whatever.
got a good future.
Yeah, he's got something. I don't know if this is the good future, but he's got something going on over there.
Wait, came from game dev. Yeah.
Come on over, Andy. Tell him Andy and I are gonna record the bonus episode of the Kind of Funny Games Cast today about his career in games and how it led from prospering.
Very short-lived.
But how he went from making games to then here doing nothing, being stupid.
What games you work on?
I worked on Richard Garriott's, the Kickstarter one, the Ultima successor that we couldn't call Ultima because
Schmeltima.
Because EA owns that, I guess. And then I worked on a game based on an anime called Ruby at Rooster Teeth, and I just did art, but yeah.
And then you watch Greg's show, and you're like, I fell in love.
I'm always the game dev apologist. Like whenever I see stuff fucking up with different games, it's like I get it though. I've been there. Like. I wasn't there very long, but I understand. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Because usually
poor BioWare. I love them, man.
I understand.
I fucking love them.
I mean, you're near the end of your own development of your game, and you're always, I'm writing up notes. Like, I noticed these 3 pages worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just hope you put them in order, and you just hope my top 3. Can you just do the top 3 things?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but the more work you do near the end of a ship cycle, the more likely you are to introduce a new bug. So you've got to at some point cut it off and.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that's gotta be so tough. But I always feel that that's the double-edged sword, is like when it gets to a consumer review and they're like, well, clearly this, and I'm sure you, as the developers are like, yes, clearly, we knew that. This is what had to happen and why it had to happen this way, and blah, 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 blah. And it's what I was talking about, for us with internet hate in general. It's always the things that you don't like or that make you angry that you're most likely to talk about. It's always the fact that a game will sell millions of copies, but then there's a bunch of people on the internet mad about one thing, and it seems like that's all it's talking about it, when in reality the majority, who was silent about everything, played the game, enjoyed it, and left.
Yeah, because
they didn't think to write a thank you letter.
It doesn't this game was totally exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it was great.
Yeah.
But there's this thing about the internet and volume, just the way you perceive volumes of discussions that's weird. Like, you remember when email was, I don't know if you remember when email was first, like,
I do.
Remember that?
Yeah.
When email,
AOL.
there was this time before email. But like company emails, there'd be a thing where someone would make a joke, and a couple more people would make a joke, and then if it went to the whole company, say 200 people saw it, then like 50 people would be like, this joke is stupid, you guys stop making that joke. So they think they're making just one response, but really all of a sudden a string of 50 responses would, and then everyone's like, why is everyone so mad about this joke? And then 50 more people would be like, hey, stop cutting down that joke. Like, and then it'd be 50 more, and then pretty soon you get like 100 people versus 100 people yelling back and forth, and it really was just this weird echo effect of people. Or you've been on one of those threads, and then pretty soon everyone's like, hey, everyone stop reply all. Don't reply all. But then there's 50 messages saying don't reply all. And so it sounds like a loud heated, passionate discussion, but everyone just put like one message in. Everyone was like, I don't get this joke, or stop making, can everyone shut up? Don't use reply all.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a big thing's happening. Like
that is Twitter every
Were there
day.
a ton of people really complaining about that animated GIF? No, probably.
No,
probably not.
Probably not. But
Probably
the
just a couple
headline
people
made it
tweeted
seem
like
like
it's just
it.
frustrum calling.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah. The internet.
Internet. We love it.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the game world. We're going to Variety.com, where Joe Otterson says Carmen San Diego animated series greenlit at Netflix. Gina Rodriguez to star. Kevin, how do you feel about this?
I don't feel much.
What the fuck? Really?
He doesn't feel anything anymore. He's dead inside.
You don't care about Carmen San Diego?
I never liked the show.
What the fuck?
Growing up, I did. Magic School Bus, great. I was
Why do you
excited
assume
about
he
this.
would?
He's a kid. He's a kid. He's a kid. It was. I loved.
Is that what's going
Andy,
on?
did you like Carmen San Diego? Hell yeah. Thank you.
And he's old as shit.
I know, but he looks like a kid.
But he's
Now,
like 30.
I'm really old, and I didn't know. Is this a game people played for fun? I thought it was when they got forced to play in school.
Yeah.
It was the fun educational game.
Like Oregon Trail for us.
Yeah,
This would be-
we played Oregon Trail too. Number munchers. Yeah, what do you got, Andy?
I only remember where in time was Carmen San Diego.
She time traveled?
Oh yeah.
That was like the
Where in the world?
It's like
Where
when
is
Jason
Europe?
went to
Where in
space,
time? Yeah,
Carmen San
exactly.
Diego went
the
to
last
time.
one. That's the one I remember watching. I don't remember like where in the world and all that shit.
God, they were the games were great. I assume you knew everybody who made them, right? You were hanging out with these people. GDC, 1990.
Maybe. I don't know. I think that was done by Broderbond, right? When I was in Marina LucasArts. Very close. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was being made like
I want to
Oregon
say
Trail out in
Westworld, no? Or Westwood? No?
Westwood?
The people who did Monopoly game? I forget.
We should know these things.
No, we shouldn't. It's a PC game. Nobody knows.
Long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. But the games were great. The show was great with Chief Gumshoes. Come on. Remember the show? You watched the TV show?
No.
Oh my God, they had a cappella singers too. It was a weird choice, but they had them. No big deal.
Great.
And then these kids ran around. They tried to find them. Nobody. It was like super rare that some kid actually caught Carmen San Diego. But good on them.
So are you happy they're making a Carmen San Diego, or are you like, what if that group made a new movie about?
Well,
some
it's
new character?
let's read about that. All I know is the headline. So let's read what's going on. A Carmen San Diego animated series is in the works at Netflix with Gina Rodriguez attached to voice the title character, Variety has learned. Rodriguez is best known for starring in the CW series Jane the Virgin, for which she won a Golden Globe in 2015. She also, I don't care. Just get back to the Carmen San Diego. She's repped. I don't care who she's repped. The series will be based on the iconic educational computer game franchise that followed San Diego as she traveled across the world stealing national treasures. It will offer an intimate look into the character's past, where viewers will not only follow her escapades, but also learn who in the world is Carmen San Diego and why she became a super thief. The series is produced.
Exactly what you always wanted.
I've always wondered
Why does she steal the stuff?
Why did this one trick pony become a superhero?
And I want to know what kind of hat she's going to wear. Are they going to really go for that big hat?
Oh yeah, of course.
Could a real human wear that
Why,
collar?
it's a cartoon.
Look at that collar. It's like an 8-inch collar.
Nobody
Goes up
can.
her
Yeah, no.
cheekbones.
Well, I mean, Inspector Gadget couldn't wear all the gadgets he was made of, but that's why it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
San Diego San Diego was the main antagonist of several games, including Where in the World is Carmen San Diego. In addition, she was featured in multiple books, live-action game shows, I think just one, and an animated series called Where on Earth is Carmen San Diego, which ran for 40 episodes between 1994 and 1998. Netflix has ordered 22-minute episodes. All right. I don't know if I'm excited. I'm excited that Carmen San Diego's back. Maybe we get another Carmen San Diego game. You know what I mean? That was always fun. You use your deductive reasoning to figure out. I remember the one was we found salt residue, and then it was like, well, where are they from? And it was like I sent them to the fucking icy tops of some mountain because I was like, oh, the salt, and then it was
Salt
true.
Lake.
No, it wasn't Salt Lake.
Utah.
No, it was somewhere. I think there was like weird, not
Facts.
mastodons.
Weird facts
something
about
like that. Yeah, there's something going on.
And that's
there.
why you know so much about
Mastodons. Yeah,
right?
and Carmen San Diego and her giant hat.
Okay. I'm going to try and care about Carmen San Diego for a second.
Kevin, hold on. Kevin, can we get the one for Tim? He's trying to care about Carmen San Diego.
Oh God, it's hard for me. I think I'm a little bit too old.
But you were coming up at the same time, you know what I mean? You were making games at the same time with
coming
these
up at the
people.
same time.
This is a thing. I thought
It's
I
fine.
thought all these PC game dorks
Fine.
like you guys would be sticking it out together.
PC game dorks.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to rot their minds. This is like someone was trying to help kids and be
No,
educational.
okay, that I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the candy company.
Yeah, we're the candy
You're
company.
Big Sugar.
They're the vegetable company.
vegetable people.
Yeah.
Get them the hell out of here.
I'm sure it was a fine game.
For short story.
Now, if Mavis Beacon got her own show, I'd be excited.
I don't know Mavis Beacon.
She teaches typing? Please.
God damn you, Tim Schafer. Over at GameSpot, Eddie Says Alan Wake Quantum Break dev confirms new project, codename P7. What's next for Alan Wake and Quantum Break developer Remedy? As part of its latest earning reports, the Finnish studio shared some further insight, including the confirmation of a new game project that is codenamed P7. That the game exists is about all we know. However, Remedy did say that its goal for it is to release on a wider range of platforms, which suggests it won't be limited to just one system. Remedy also made this point that the Northlight game engine will support PlayStation 4. This engine was used to create Quantum Break, which was exclusive to the Xbox and PC.
Do you think that means Persona 7?
No,
Do you think they're gonna merge like the Alan Wake and like?
They're gonna skip Persona 6, take it over there.
Well, it's gonna take so long to make. They'll make another Persona game, but then
Gotcha.
the timelines will be united.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I like Alan Wake. I like the DLC for it where you like the words. And
American Network. American Nightmare.
Nightmares.
American Network.
Like it was kind of like stuff you do in Psychonauts, where it's kind of like psychic, weird, surreal things going on.
And you didn't play Quantum Break, you were saying earlier? It's on your pile of shame.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but
I was going to throw it out there for you because I played
sitting
it.
right next to my. You haven't played Realms of Ruin, but you played Quantum Break.
Yeah, that's right.
Weird.
I'm just saying, like,
Interesting choice.
Well, this was like a mixture of like, Iceman and the guy from Game of Thrones. And there was
like
a
a
live
superhero.
action.
There's a superhero angle.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's.
Well, there's like
that kind of comfortable.
like the thing I really enjoyed about this versus Rhombus of Ruin is like Quantum Break had gameplay.
You
know what I mean? Like there was like I did the demo. I'm on the airplane.
Yeah. It's an adventure game.
Yeah.
Like Full Throttle. Bringing it all around.
All right, well, Full Throttle we're going to play here in a little bit. Play 30 minutes of it, get me some trophies, get me to...
Well, I should set that up probably, huh?
Yeah, you probably should. I mean, we still got lots of show left. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let me get through the last two stories.
It's good. There's only one left.
We'll drag this out.
All right. So then the final story comes from TV Line, where Michael Asilio says The Walking Dead promotes 3 actors to series regular ahead of season 8. You can see right there the characters. We're here because our boy Stephen Ogg, who was just on the show Friday,
I thought
promoted.
he was gonna bite it. Like he was like they were gonna go pick up those supplies. I really thought.
Dude, come on.
What?
Spoilers. Come on.
Wait, that spoiler did.
I don't know, man. I just like shouting shit.
We're gonna talk about Walking Dead.
But now he's regular.
Yeah, he's not gonna die. Maybe he might die this next season.
I'm just saying it seemed like he was heading for like a violent. Well, they're all gonna.
See, my whole thing with him is that he's too popular and too good at it. You know what I mean? Like he is when they need somebody who can go and like fucking roughhouse Rick up, and that it can't be Negan every time. So now you bring Ogg in there. I do think he'll probably get killed this season during All Out War, but maybe he won't. Maybe they'll do everything that happens in the comics, and then where we are in the comics right now, he'll be part of that.
I'm not caught up in the comics.
That's why I'm not. That's why I'm being very vague.
Okay, this is my question about this. So with the scavengers.
Yeah.
How long after the fall? How long after the zombie?
It hasn't been that long, right?
Like
and these people are all like all super weird.
Yeah, they've somehow forgotten how to speak the English language.
I want to lay with your man.
Yeah, I want to lay with your man.
What are you fucking talking about?
Like, have you been in the wasteland for 50 years?
Lady, you worked at Target 6 months ago.
This is like that's the way the generation after the last generation, the last generation that has no recollection of humanity would talk. Maybe the time travelers.
Yeah.
Maybe they came back to just. Oh no, I can't explain it.
No.
Or my thought was that maybe it was a bunch of like Dutch tourists. It's not like they can't speak. It's just that they don't speak English. Although Dutch probably all speak English. Some and they were in America on a big tour bus, and this is the bus. And then
thank you.
Zombies. These are the zombies.
Yeah.
And then they got stuck in America.
Yeah.
Their guide was killed. And they just were parked in the junkyard, and then they just like, I guess we don't know English.
That's the rough thing about The Walking Dead. If you really want to sit there and like talk, if you want to get in, like go to the Reddit or whatever, and like get in with the like super nerds, where it's like the timeline is so much shorter because like the show's been on for what now? Is it 7 years? You know what I mean? Like you think in real time that's how long it's been going. When in reality, like Rick's life has just been fucking garbage week after week after week.
Wasn't the last season like only 2 days long?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, like maybe not that. I mean, I don't remember if it is that short, but like
the comic's
it is
shorter. You're saying?
No, the comic's gone on longer, and they jump. Spoilers. They jump time in the comics. They make up time or whatever. But it's like the show has been very short, and it's like is the amount of things that happen and change and do all these different things, and like you're saying, of like we're like, oh well, years in, of course. And you're like, well,
oh, in the comics, it's those scavengers are from a. They come later?
No. Well, no. I mean, no, it's the same thing. I'm saying the timeline's garbage all around. I'm just like,
I just don't know why they're so different and strange.
Why not?
Well, there's a lot of stuff in that show.
They've seen a lot of shit, Tim. You wouldn't be the same guy over there. You wouldn't be fucking cracking jokes left and right.
I wouldn't be like, I will lay with your man. Do you mind?
You might be. You never know. You're not in that situation. Walk a mile in her shoes.
Yep. There's a lot of that stuff in that show. This is really weird for a TV show, like the tiger and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, in a graphic novel, this would look totally normal.
Right.
Like a tiger would be like, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the whole thing when Nick and I will talk about the show or whatever. Nick's just like, I don't like Negan. He's one note. He's got no. And I'm like, yeah, but like he's based on a comic character that was like the same way. Now, granted, the governor they gave a lot of depth to for somebody who was not like fleshed out that much in the comics. But it's like whatever. I don't know. It is the thing of like, yeah, there's a tiger. That doesn't make any sense. How does Shiva know who to attack and who not to attack? Whatever. I'm not gonna think too hard.
She's got like one of those little Empire Strike Back things around the back of her head, and he just commands her.
Exactly.
Eat that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, those two guys, the governor and Negan, I both, as soon as they were introduced, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch a whole season of these guys just bullying people, going around being horrible
jerks.
And it's gonna take so long to kill these guys.
Yeah.
That's what I think every day at work too.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny morning show each and every weekday here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. We come to you with the nerdy news you need to know about. Then we jump in the chat to answer your questions, comments, and concerns. But in between those two segments, I reach into the internet, grab a video game, and toss it to one of you. How do you win the video game? It's simple. Be in the chat like many of you are right now on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. That means you're automatically entered to win for free and don't have to worry about anything. However, if you're one of the people who watch later on youtube.com/kindoffunny or listen on podcast services around the globe or just want 3 other ways to win, there's 3 other ways to win. Number 1, you can subscribe to us here on Twitch. It gets you the Kind of Funny logo next to your name with the cool emotes, private chat time with us. You get to play multiplayer games with us, like so many of you are doing April 28th when I beat the living fuck out of Zyger in Mario Kart. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In the ground, kid. I'm putting you in the ground. $50 riding on this twice.
Why would anyone not subscribe to that?
I don't know. And you get the show ad-free unless we bake them in, and we're not baking them in today. Also, of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which gives you 1 free sub every month. You could just give it to us and take back that money Amazon's taken from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I should do that.
Think about how much money you've given Amazon. This is your chance to take $5 from them every month. You got to do it every month. You can't just let it. You can't let it sit. You give it once and then it'll roll over. You got to do it again.
Okay.
So that's what you do.
Oh, that's right. The connection. It's all
there now.
Yeah.
It's all there now. Or you can go to patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. If you give us $2 or more, you are automatically entered for every giveaway we give away on Twitch. And you get the bonus episodes. Like the one I'm going to do with Andy, like the one I did with my dad. Today, Random Number Generator has decided already. We're giving away Full Throttle on PC for all you PC dorks. This is Full Throttle Remastered.
PC dorks.
There's a lot of you guys.
It's been remastered. We put a lot of work in it. You know, we looked at it, the timeline. It took like 1.5 years to remaster it. It took 1.5 years to make the first game. And then we looked at the budgets. They're pretty much comparable.
This is going, drum roll please, Tim. This is going to patreon.com/kindoffunny supporter Stephen Hooker. Stephen Hooker.
Really?
Bam. I've sent it off to you.
Wow. Congratulations, Stephen Hooker. Thank you for playing. There's a lot of trophies in that game. Don't look up any hints on the internet. If you just talk to all the characters, you'll get all the hints you need.
Is that true?
This is me selling adventure games.
Okay. Just in general,
Yeah.
every adventure game.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
just talk
that.
to people.
Okay.
You know, we worked hard on that dialogue. We wrote all that dialogue. It doesn't always
You wrote
come
it a long time
easy,
ago,
like here with you.
Oh,
right?
no,
Where
no,
just,
no.
the words are just cheap
Well, I've
and
thought
free.
often that we need to sit here and like we could just
Write
speak
game dialogue?
We speak all the game dialogue, right? And then somebody else over there just writes. Greg Rice writes it all down.
Like types it. Does
exactly.
all the typing.
This all comes easy.
We do the writing and they do the typing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the way you do it, right?
That sounds a lot easier.
Did you have to go through in Full Throttle and like fix any dated references? Are you talking about like the Reagan administration or something? You want to?
Well, we always in those games we always try to pretend they're in this other world. Like we don't reference like Harley Davidson. We talk about Corley Motors. You know,
Gotcha.
So all that stuff kind of holds
Well, that's
up.
because you don't want to get sued,
I
though.
think
right?
that also is a thing. But one thing was funny because the enemy of the game, the thing that was going to threaten their way of life, is that the Corley Motors is going to start making motorcycles and start making minivans.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like back then in the '90s, minivans were like the epitome of like suburban
settling down. Man.
I mean, now I would love to have a minivan. It'd be actually very convenient.
Or where would you park it in San Francisco?
It's
I was
true.
thinking we should get a minivan.
We should get a minivan?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
like lunch and
team
shit.
van. You
Okay.
guys-
Can we
just take
paint it
on
a kind of
road
funny
trips?
blue and put
Absolutely.
the? Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like Ken Kesey. You guys just drive that bus around, look it up.
I guess I will. Look up Ken Kesey. Whatever. Let's jump into the tips, see what's happening over here. Drew Wizzle gave us a tip, said, just paying my birthday tax from Sunday. Tell Nick if he needs bongos, I'm free anytime. Winky face. We will tell Nick that. when he comes back from Austin.
That's a tax tip?
Yeah, when your birthday comes around, you owe us money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's the way we do it here. Kind of funny.
That's good.
So, yeah. Sushi Girl Allie gave a tip and said, finally played Broken Age a couple months ago, and I loved it so much that I had to get the platinum. Thanks for an amazing game, Tim.
Wow,
Vela is a
congratulations
boss.
on your platinum. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. Did you put a goofy ones? I remember your Grim Fandango one.
You don't like the tank controls?
Yep, the tank control one.
Tanks for the memories?
You're a monster.
There's nothing that goofy in this. I think there's a speed run one maybe.
Okay.
But thanks for playing. Awesome.
Vela is a boss, heart, and then sequels. She puts a question mark.
Oh, I don't know. I'm doing a lot of sequels.
I think you know.
We got a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
For other.
So now how do you deal with that being 2017? I feel like you've lived this interesting timeline of game development where, like you're saying, you were at LucasArts. All right, they have a lot of money, so make new IPs. Then you guys originally went out, you started making new IPs for other companies, but then, like you're saying, companies want to fund sequels. Then you got to that point where you're like, I want to do an adventure game, nobody will fund an adventure game, I'm going to do a Kickstarter thing. And now you're Double Fine, which can do kind of whatever the hell it wants.
Do whatever we want.
Exactly. So do you feel the pull now? Are you more towards where you were with LucasArts of like, let's just keep making crazy shit and whatever we want to do? Or do you also feel the pangs of, well, we are a business and people want another Psychonauts, we should go do that? I
mean, I think you gotta take that information as intended. Like, if someone wants a sequel, it's just this really flattering, nice thing. They're saying they like the thing you made in some ways, and they want more. And that's a great state to have someone be in when they finish one of your games. But it doesn't mean necessarily that's exactly the right. That might not necessarily be exactly what they want. They just they love that experience and they want to feel that again. And giving them something new might be the way to do that. But there's some games that we make that seem more. I don't want to say evergreen. We'll refer like periodic, like Costume Quest.
Okay.
Like every year that Halloween comes around, you're kind of like, feels like you could tell another chapter in the adventure of those kids' lives, and it seems like the kind of thing that makes sense to do. Like we did a sequel with that, and so whereas something like Grim Fandango, it seemed like we wrapped it up, in a really like
the story was done.
The story felt like it was done, and if we were going to go back to that world, I feel like we'd almost need new characters to do that. But then sometimes when you look at sequels and movies and stuff, you're like, I wish this team had just gotten together and made something new.
Yeah.
But those are harder to get funded. And so I think but now we're doing not just one big game, we're doing multiple games that we can do both. So we're going to do some sequels like Psychonauts 2 and some new stuff like Headlander and mix it up.
Headlander's really good.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
C Foster 5, Greg, have you changed your wing recipe? I saw your post on Instagram, #CookingWithGreggy, yesterday.
Never had your wings.
Really?
Spicy? Super spicy?
Oh, it depends on the sauce I put on them, yeah. I can make them super spicy if that's what you want.
I'm just curious
His
what your
barbecue
style
wings,
is.
His barbecue wings are better.
We barbecue here once a week. You should come over.
What day?
We change it up all the time.
Tomorrow.
I think we're doing tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing ribs tomorrow, but you'll be in Brazil.
I'll be in Brazil.
Brazil! Remember that?
Yeah. They say Brazilian meat's the best.
They do say that.
Brazilians say
I'm sure you're going to taste a whole bunch of Brazilian meat.
Every country I go to, they're like, our beef is the best.
Yeah?
Go to Argentina, they're like, well, our beef.
Argentina's beef is actually the best, though.
And they cut it like, it's more like Korean barbecue. Like they cut it with there's little pieces of rib in every strip.
Okay.
I would eat any of it.
Okay. They looked awesome. Still using Frank's Red Hot. They looked grilled, or did you just use less batter now? Love you guys. Yesterday, I was lazy. And so what I do when I'm lazy is, I don't do the whole egg wash, bread, what do you call it?
Egg wash?
Yeah. If I'm doing it right, and there's a video you can see on the internet of this, of course. What I do is I take the wings, clean them, cut them up, and then I put them in the egg wash. Then I put them into, flour, panko mix with, garlic and pepper and all this other stuff. Kick them around, then put them on a tray. What I've been doing when I'm just lazy, like I was last night, cut them up, roll them just in some of that Joe Beef barbecue rub I have, and then just bake them that way. No batter at all. And that's faster that way. And it was good. It was delicious. Naked wings. You know what I mean? Not put anything on them. And I still use Frank's Red Hot. So Jago says, hey guys, been a big fan for a while. In fact, you guys are what I aspire to be in the video game industry. I just wanted to say thank you for giving me entertainment and information about the things I love. No problem. Sorry, Tim had to be here to lie to you about superheroes today. I'm upset that we let him on. I'm upset we gave him this platform for hate. It's not what Kind of Funny is about. Ignacio Rojas gave us a tip and said, Greg, are you so afraid of losing in Mario Kart 8 that you have to train so far in advance? Anyway, I'm going to beat your ass and take the $50. Also, since there's an official penguin, can I be the official Chilean? Now, Ignacio Rojas, I am not betting you $50, all right? We're going to play April 28th. Everybody's welcome.
Big tournament.
Yeah, go sign up over on the forums. You can play with us. But it's the $50 bet is me versus Zyger. Zyger has put $50 on the line. I also have a $50 bet with Sean Pitts, but he's betting on Zyger. That's the thing. I'm gonna beat.
No way for him to make money off this. The chili.
No, Ignacio Rojas. He's just trying to get in here.
We don't like chili.
Also, Kevin's got this weird thing about not liking chili.
Chileans have the best meat in the world.
No, their meat sucks.
That's what I've heard.
Is there a big Chile-Peru rivalry? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Is it all about soccer?
No, they took a big chunk of land after they beat us in a war.
No.
What year was that?
Ooh, you got me, bud.
Long time ago?
Like 100 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Never forget. Never forget.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They gave a bunch of books back recently, though, from a library they stole.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I mean, I guess.
Hi, we had these checked out for 100 years. I don't know what the fines are, but here they are.
Final tip comes from Waterman Chafing. He says, loved Brutal Legend.
Oh.
Any chance for a music-related project in the future? Chance of a port and chances of Gang Beasts on Switch. Tips have been called.
Wow.
That's a multifaceted question.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
would you ever want to do another music-related game?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, what kind of music? Yeah.
Do a Weezer game.
It's all about a sweater.
Yeah.
I think Yarny. I think Yarny was about a...
Yarny was the prequel to the sweater song.
Yeah, I mean, that was just that was mostly about the metal. And
Yeah.
more like all about the metal. You know, in Indonesia Fortnite, there was like 4 pitches that were for musical-based mechanics. There was like a straight-up musical, a musical combat RPG, and so there's like music in the air.
Okay. And then chances of a port for Brutal Legend, that's all goofy, right? That's tied up with...
We're trying to get it in the backwards compatibility, at least, for Xbox One.
Okay.
So that's just got to go through this system that is a mystery, a black box to us.
Okay. And then they say chances of Gang Beasts on Switch. I say
I don't
0.
care to
You can't even
speculate.
get it on PlayStation 4. You've been trying forever. I gotta play this thing
coming for PlayStation 4.
I know it's coming. It's just like fucking Nathan Vella with Below. It's coming eventually.
Yeah, when it's done. Developers...
You're all Duke Nukem in it.
Okay, here we go. We have
Yeah.
a story about how a game comes out, it's got too many bugs in it, everyone's mad.
Yeah.
And then you have a story about a game that, when is that game going to come out? Which do you guys want? Do you want games to get done, be good, and have no bugs? Or do you want games to...
So you're saying when Gang Beast comes out,
When
there'll be
it's
no
done
bugs
and
in
it's
it at
good,
all?
Well,
The whole game, a game that's pretty much about bugs, being goofy and weird.
When the developers feel like it's good enough for you, that's when you want the game, right?
Okay.
Right? Not a minute before.
That's true. Time to jump into the chat. We're gonna do the old Moriarty 3 and 3. Kevin,
Yep.
where are we with beeps? Is that happening today?
Do you want to try to order it
Back to the audience.
on your phone?
Is that
Sure, I can do that.
That makes you look really smart. You're like
Let's do that.
thinking about...
You want a burger? They think you're up to something back there.
Best meat in the world.
Oh, that's the one, they have their awesome sign?
Yeah.
I'm getting really fascinated with his wall all of a sudden. Keep on going on without me. Oh, wow. It's just dots, man.
Isn't that crazy?
It's full of dots.
It's all dots,
I just want to fall into it. And there's is that a little cross down there? What are you trying to...
Well, yeah, but that's just a picture. We didn't insert the cross. There's a cross
Didn't
down
you?
there.
I don't think there's one there.
I don't think you know. You know what I mean? I don't think you know.
Did you ever notice how much that hotel looks like a Imperial shuttle?
Yeah.
Right?
No, I do see that.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I do see that.
Everyone's noticed that before.
Andy, come over here and talk. You gotta fill up some space here while I do the beeps.
No, I'll talk. Let's talk about Rhombus of Ruin, the game that is too hard for Greg to finish.
It's not too hard. It's just I gotta
It's
go
just
over and
really
do stuff,
challenging,
you know what I mean?
and he did, the virtual reality makes him scared,
No, that's not true.
makes him frightened.
That's what I
But
heard as well. That is what I heard as well.
yeah, he feels like he's gonna get lost in that reality and never come out. But it's a fun game.
I've heard it's a fun game.
Do you miss
I don't have
development?
access.
Do you miss game development?
I do, yeah.
Or is this easier to?
Well, it's easier.
This
I'm sure.
is easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
This
definitely
is
gonna miss
also
it.
funner, right, Andy?
Yeah.
Right, Andy?
They have a good time here. They're barbecuing.
You know, there's a severe lack of dogs here, though. A lot of
What?
dogs over at Rooster Teeth.
No, yeah, we don't believe in that shit. Aren't you allergic?
No, I'm allergic to cats.
We ever got allergic to, a lot of people were like, let's have dogs at the office. Like, you'll kill that guy. You'll kill that guy.
That man will die, sir.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're really like, oh, dogs, that's such a fun place to work unless you can't breathe.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, sure.
I feel like the ratio of people who have dog allergies to cat allergies is severely weighted towards a cat allergy.
I was allergic to
maybe I'm
cats for a
biased.
brief period.
You want a burger?
Count me in.
Count you in?
I'll be in, yeah.
You want
I'll be in for
you want a
cheese.
double cheeseburger or just a cheeseburger?
Just cheeseburger.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do this. So that means I'm getting you the 4th pound burger here. What cheese you want? American?
Yeah, it's the only kind of cheese for a
You want
burger.
some bacon? You want onion, jalapenos?
No. Do you have avocado?
Yeah, they got avocado.
I'll take avocado.
Yeah.
California style.
That's a premium ingredient.
You want fries or anything?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Or as we like to call it,
Sweet.
avocado.
Okay. Now here's what I'm gonna give you very specific instructions, right? Because you got to walk around and get everybody's order.
Okay.
Do that when it's all done before you submit. Well, I guess just bring it back to me and I'll screen cap it. Because sometimes Postmates it beeps now. They're all like, "Oh, it's too busy. We can't take phone orders." And so then it all gets deleted and we have to write it out. So we'll do it all before we submit it.
Okay.
So you go get everybody's
Okay.
order out there and you come on back.
Wow.
And guys.
Wow. You get a lot of money now.
Now, Mr. Yazman
Lawsuits.
300 is keeping me honest, which I appreciate. Tim,
Yeah.
you've met Andy, our newest hire.
Yeah.
You have not met Chad yet.
Where's Chad?
Chad, of course, he's the second newest hire. Chad is this piranha plant puppet we got from Think Geek, all right? Chad, now, the thing about Chad is that everybody has a different voice for Chad. Everybody does something different with Chad. So if you're on the show, you have to use Chad and give us a Chad voice.
You know, I have a history with puppets. It's not always worked out for me.
As you just stay away from any topical anything that
Should be but
No, you-
oh, look at that. I'm already uncomfortable. Can I read the news?
Do we have pickles here?
Can I read
Yeah.
the news?
Hell yeah.
Ah.
why did he say it so angrily? Oh, what do you got now?
He sounds like Tom Waits all of a sudden.
Give him to me.
Nailing it.
Kind of monster. No, you don't like that name?
No, that's good. You did it. No, we like that. We like that. No, that's good.
I can't clap.
Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna try not to move my mouth. This is gonna turn it against me. I know this. There's gonna be an image taken of this.
Oh, nobody watches this shit.
It's gonna
Bye,
be.
Ron.
Yeah.
Full Throttle's out today. I think that's the more important one to
can I
push.
take it off
You
now?
can take it off now. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh.
You did your homework. Thank you for that. Thank you. Which is now you're being mean. Now you're shoving right in there. Yeah. Oh, now
lovely
it's coming,
purse.
it's coming out the back. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Chad lives up there now. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Rye Dog V says, Greg, I loved your Periscope last night with porting the Bark Box. Showed my wife and we subbed our German Shepherd Boba Fett for a year. Be sure to collect your commission. No commission anymore collected on Bark Boxes. That deal ended a long time ago, but they're awesome, so thank you for supporting them. I subscribe just like you.
Call HR. See.
Kevin's HR. We have to worry about it.
What's up?
See? Yeah. Oh, Almighty K-Fish says, Greg, how's Guardians? Guardians of the Galaxy, episode 1, Telltale game. Andy, you played it with me. Or you played it on your own.
I did.
It's fine. It was. I see it's getting good scores, and I'm just like, I don't see why that's happening. It was fine. It was enjoyable. It was really hard that Star-Lord isn't Chris Pratt, and it doesn't look like any of the Star. It's this weird vibe of trying to mesh with that character. Scott Porter's performance is great.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
When Jim Carrey did not voice the Mask and the animated show. That's it. Was like, that
Yeah.
kind of feels knockoff-ish.
Yeah. So it took a while to sink into it, I think, and like get comfortable with it. It's telling an interesting story. It started in a way I was like, oh, that's gonna be like a dream sequence or something, and no, that's really what's happening. Okay, cool. And so it ended in a place that I'm like, I'm interested to play more of it. Nolan's great as Rocket Raccoon, but it was like, I don't know. For a first impression, I was like, meh, whatever.
You're hard to please.
Not really. I'm the guy who's talking about how much I like all the superhero movies, right? Like, I'm not that bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bazar Monk. Tim, which in Psychonauts was your favorite to develop? Which character in Psychonauts was your favorite?
Which character in
Yeah.
Psychonauts is my favorite to develop?
Yeah.
I mean, the most fun I had writing in Psychonauts was those G-men. Those G-men who are like, I work in the sewer. That you get to play the game. Actually. After you finish Rhombus, go back and play Psychonauts.
Play Psychonauts.
Yeah. Because that was like, I was supposed to, writing on the game was almost done, and Eric Wolpaw was writing dialogue, and we were trying to, Eric, write these G-men, and then he was too busy and he couldn't do it. I was like, I have to write them. And it turned out to be my favorite writing to do in the whole
That's
game.
awesome.
And then it was like, it was the best. You never know.
You never know. That's a good one.
You never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. G-men are fun to write. I got to get a rhubarb joke in there.
Adam Neely says, first episodes are always weird to me for Telltale games. I'm going to wait till it's done and pick it up then. Smart way to do it. I think that would have benefited me with Walking Dead Season 3 that's going on right now, where episodes 1 and 2 came out. I thought episode 2 ended with a really good cliffhanger. Then episode 3 came out. I had a bugged version, crashed my system a bunch of times.
Is that like with TV shows? Like, I think I enjoy TV shows when I binge watch them more than when I wait every week.
Sure.
Because the pacing is so much more fast. And
Yeah, no, you do it at your leisure. You can go through and you just crush it. All right,
I
so
just want to make sure that they got my order right.
You just wrote it. You mean they?
No. Okay, only lettuce, extra toasted buns. Okay.
You're learning a lot about how to order
extra
hamburgers
toasted
right now.
buns. What does that mean?
Like real toasted. Bien tostado.
Oh, you know what I think you're gonna get? I think you're gonna get another bun.
Oh, an extra toasted bun.
Oh, should I just put toasted buns? Like.
Dude, let's just move on.
I'm checking that. We're doing it. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
It's gone. You had your chance. Now you learn. You live with it.
Say dry. I don't like
Dry what?
What do you mean?
Like I don't want no mayo.
Yeah,
none of
no
that
mayo.
stuff.
Oh no, you're fucked on that. That's too late. That's gone. The
This
ship's
place is
sailing.
like one block that direction, right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there though because the sign is amazing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like from the 1950s, and there's a McDonald's across the street.
Yeah.
And like,
They're like, we're not moving. Fuck you.
yeah.
We'll see if it gets turned down, which it probably will.
Why would they turn you down?
Because I think Beeps now just goes, no, we're too busy. We don't want to do that because they're a bunch of sons of bitches.
If you want to do that, we can then call it in.
I screen capped it. Yeah. All right. It's
Me or
been
Andy.
picked up. We'll see if it gets canceled. That's usually what happens.
All right, man.
All right.
Why would they?
It's too busy. They don't want to do it.
It's like the soup Nazi.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
I'm scrolling through the chat here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
so we talked about Full Throttle. That was good. Rhombus, really, really good. Super cool. Full Throttle's coming out.
Waterman Chafing says, Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
What music you been listening to recently?
What have I been listening to recently? I always have the same Pandora heavy metal station on when I'm writing.
Yeah.
It's like it plays a lot of like weird old metal and Manila Road and stuff. I'm gonna go see Slayer at
No way, really?
Bill Graham Pacific Auditorium in June. Slayer, it's awesome. And I went to the Damned reunion. That was funny to see the Damned. Like, they're a band.
Yeah,
from
I
when
figured.
yeah,
I picked that up.
and but they're like they were like seeing them. It was like the audience here is because these are like most of these people are like 60s in their 60s.
Yeah.
But like punk rock 60s.
Yeah.
People who were super punk in the 60s, and then the guys on the stage were like, they're like 62, 65, and they're still playing punk rock, and it's weird to get old.
Yeah, I bet it is.
But it was a great show. It's a good show.
I just went and saw Vanessa Carlton. She put on quite the performance, I'll let you know. SKC New The Rue Club, or whatever the fuck your name is, eating Shakespeare's pizza right now. It's so freaking good. Yes, it is. Shout out to Columbia, Missouri.
Is that a neighborhood pizza?
No, that's in Columbia, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Confucius says, Tim, I miss you. Then he puts a heart in there. He says, greetings from Norway.
Oh, yeah, we went to Norway last year.
Oh.
We went to the console games, and we met like a bunch of people from the Norwegian game dev scene. They're super friendly and nice. The Owlboy guys were
nice.
there, the Killbright team.
When's that coming out? Oh, boy.
Owlboy's out now.
Yeah, like
Really?
3
Yeah.
months ago.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They finally made it.
Yeah,
What console?
PC.
Oh.
That's why you don't know about it. They're beta testing it for us. One day it'll come to the real units, the real consoles.
didn't it come out also on something else? We'll check that out.
I don't think so.
Anyway, lovely. We miss you too, Norway. I got really hooked on eating salmon every day and aquavit. It's like
What's aquavit?
It's like a liqueur that only like Norwegian sailors drink. That's like a caraway seed. I think most people are like, oh god, it smells like medicine. Like a lot of.
Like Fernet.
Like I got really hooked on it. Not hooked on it. I mean that's of course serious.
I can't stop. Somebody help me.
I became a fan of it, and yeah, Norway's love the country.
You like Norway still? Yeah. Will you ever go back?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
I got to visit the church where my great grandparents got married.
Oh,
Yeah, sweet.
that's adorable.
Yeah.
Did you have any photos or anything for it?
No
like,
proof. I have no
Yeah,
proof
okay,
up there.
okay,
Just
okay.
my family stories.
Gotcha.
Trusted family memories. So
Who fan won? So, we're still looking good on the delivery so far.
So far, so good.
Tim says, any plans to work with Jack Black again?
Oh, he said he would be in Psychonauts too.
Really?
We just haven't figured out which character he would do, but he's in the opening pitch video because he said he would.
Nice, okay.
I love any excuse to work with Jack. He's really friendly, really nice, really creative guy. Likes to get in there and like improv and figure out what to do.
He seems cool. I've always liked him. From what I know, I mean, from, as a consumer of movies.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed his company.
Yeah. He's got like a theater background. He's always into like improvising and I don't know. It's fun to work with creative people.
Yeah. Tenacious D, you ever listen to that?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he did. It's a band he did.
Did you know that he was in that?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Lovely person.
Dr. Funder says, Brutal Legend helped expand my love of metal as a teen and introducced me to a ton of bands I had not heard, like
Mission
Angel
accomplished.
Witch. Thanks
Angel
for making
Witch.
a game like that.
That's awesome. You know, I learned about Angel Witch. Like, I had the kind of metal that I knew about, like new wave of British heavy metal mostly, and then that game, Emily Ridgway, our music director, found a whole bunch because we had all those factions, so we had to have a breadth of, and I found out a lot about like black metal and a bunch of different industrial stuff that I didn't really know about, and a bunch of older stuff like Budgie, which is almost like proto metal. Anyway, I learned a lot. There were 107 songs in that. I learned a ton about metal that I thought I already knew all about, but hearing that someone else learned about it too is great.
That's awesome. That's gotta be one of the fun things about making a game
metal.
like that. No, you can't kill metal. Never.
Yeah. No, metal will live on.
Metal forever.
It's a Tenacious D song. It's a band Jackboxing.
Oh, okay. Robert Ramirez, 92, says, "Hey Tim, how was it meeting Lemmy from Motorhead?"
Oh, the late great Lemmy.
Yep.
It was amazing. He was like, we were really intimidated, but our publisher was Vivendi at the time. They had made a, I think, Scarface game that had Lemmy in it.
Okay.
As a character. And they're like, don't worry about it. I've been in the studio with him. Just set up some Jack and Coke and Cheez-Its and an ashtray. And he'll come in, he'll sit there and smoke and drink, and then leave the mic on, because when he's ready, he'll just go. And so we were like, all right, and we got the Jack and Coke. And he came in, and he was friendly, but he was kind of quiet, and he just sat there, and he made a drink, offered me a drink. And he was like,
you took it, right?
Yeah, he's like, you want a drink? And I was like, yeah, you got Jack and Coke, if you want some water? He goes, I don't want water. Fish fucking it. Like W.C. Fields, kind of, and that was a terrible Lemmy impression.
That's how I was right there with you. I was in the booth with you. I was right there with you.
So, and we just started talking about stuff. Like, he was really, when I was explaining what Brutal Legend was, and it's going to be this mix of like cards and also swords, he's like, he talked about Moorcock, like, oh, you read any Moorcock? Like, he does stuff like that, and he goes, I got a Roman sword collection too. I'm really into that kind of stuff. If you want to see it, you can come by afterwards. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to Lemmy's house afterwards. And then he just started, here's a script, and he started doing the lines. And normally, like, you do like Jack would do like 8 takes of every line. Lemmy just did one in his own voice, and then he was done. I was like, wow, that was fast. He goes, yeah, I'm really fast. And then we went to his house afterwards. He brought me to his apartment, and that's where the story ends, because I can't tell you what happened. No, it was we went to his apartment, and he had a bunch of, it was like flyers, like rock show flyers everywhere, and he had a rack of guitars and a rack of his like outfits, his like military-looking outfits. He sews his own patches on everything. And,
that's awesome.
And so the weird thing was, well, not weird, but he was like, Braveheart was playing. Like, when we walked in, Braveheart was playing on the TV.
It's going nonstop.
And there was a bookshelf. He had a bunch of Kinder Egg toys. He has a collection of Kinder Egg toys.
Okay.
And then in his bedroom, Star Fox Assault was on a GameCube.
Nice.
Like, he was a big Star Fox. He liked Star Fox, and he liked Crimson Skies.
Yeah.
And other like flight combat games.
That's awesome.
So that's what Lemmy was like, and he's a lovely, lovely
How long did you
man.
hang out at his house for?
We got like half an hour. He had the driver who drove us there, he's like, I promised that guy some CDs, so he like signed some CDs to send down. And he sat and chatted, and he's just a lovely fellow.
Did he talk about Triple H? Because he worked with Triple H in the WWE for a little bit.
That did not come up, because I don't know.
That's what I would ask.
Wrestlers.
Well, no big deal, whatever.
I think I hate superheroes.
Oh, don't do this to me, Schafer. Get Busy says, Tim, what is the one thing you know now, parentheses, non-financial, that you would tell your younger self about video game development? Like, what's your advice about video game development?
Non-financial. I think because I always say I would buy real estate in San Francisco.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. It's easy to look back and tell yourself not to worry about stuff.
Sure.
Because that's easy, of course.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
oh yeah, we didn't actually go out of business when Psychonauts got canceled.
Yeah.
But, so this is something, I don't know if it's good advice or not, but I kind of feel like I regret some of the crunch modes that I did. You know, like when you're young and you're just like nervous about making the best thing possible, you go like crunch. And I'm looking back on it, there's this point of diminished returns where you're like, if you're there past midnight and 2 in the morning, you're not necessarily doing your best work. And then you're super sleepy and your brain just goes away. And I feel like, I wonder if I could have done exactly the same amount of work and just work normal hours and not have it like impact my social life as much. And I don't know. So I think I maybe told myself that, but then what if that means I never would have gotten all the stuff done that I...
Yeah.
I have this recurring nightmare that I do go back in time. It's like the beginning of Grim Fandango.
Sure.
And I think on one hand, oh, this is great. I know how to design this game, but I'm like, what if I don't remember?
Yep.
What if I have to rewrite all this dialogue from memory and I just, I can't remember it.
That's not what I originally said, and that's not what it was supposed to be. No, I hear you on that. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're about to do a full throttle stream. But this has been the Kinda Funny Morning Show. Each and every weekday here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, we come to you with the nerdy news you need to know about.
Are we ending?
We're ending this part and then going into the stream. But Kevin wanted a clear, normal break for the morning
So
show.
this might be the end. I'm saying bye.
You can go get water if you want. Well, no, you're staying for the stream. You're not leaving.
Yeah.
But
stay,
some people
don't
Are
leave.
you doing subs?
I'm going. Yes, I'm.
I was just
The
checking.
normal
I cut
ending.
him off. I cut him off because I didn't know if I should.
Damn it!
reaching
Take off
some
your
sort of
microphone and go
climactic-
fill your water. I know you're thirsty. Go fill your
I'll
water.
wait till you
I
say
can
bye.
go fill your water. You want me to go fill your
No,
water?
I'll stick here to the end of this thing because I want to
I'll go
say
fill-
bye.
But
But then
I'm
we
gonna go
need
get
you for the
water.
next thing.
Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna
And I gotta read subs too.
I'm
There's still a
pretending
lot.
it's ending.
Twitch.tv/kindafunny games each and every weekday here on that shit
You
thing.
want ice?
You can also watch it later on youtube.com/kindafunny or listen to it podcast services around the globe. You can give us money. That's great if you do. If you don't, no big deal. It's cool. You can win games free. You can do it later. We order beeps a lot. Now I'm going to read subs and resubs. If I read your name, you're a sub or resub. If I read a little message, it means you also get a little message when you're resubbed. Starting with Jedi Pyro. So many good things have happened in the past 12 months. Here's to another 12. Keep up the good work, guys. Smiley. We will.
Is this where you want me to go?
No, now you're just here. Now it's fine. Now it's just you ruined it. It's fine. You're here. I was trying to. Well, see, that's what I was trying to give you the out for. Just go. Just go.
All right.
Just go.
Don't mind me, you guys.
Mario 1. Jonesing Simba. So Jago, free agent, kind of funny for life. Geek Jump, woot, 6 months. Just started reading Invincible on number 5, liking it so far. Hashtag Greg was right.
so good.
It's gonna get even better. Spyro Beyond, Bass Monkey, no, well, Bass Monkey or Base Monkey, who knows, 11. White Crow 05, Scott Dude Sono, Dr. Funder, Junior People. My birthday was this past weekend on Easter's, but if there was any possibility, can Big Kev Dog give me bongos as a late birthday gift?
Hard no on that one.
All right, sorry. Grezzo85, real talk. Long Island sucks. Moving to North Carolina next month. Chick-fil-A and Cookout all day, every day. Cookout's fucking amazing.
Never gone.
That's what I was telling you about with those amazing milkshakes.
Yeah, the milkshakes.
Evan_S, Tim Schafer, penis taper.
I wish he was here to hear that one.
We'll save that one. He can put it in his next game. New Type 86. Tim should read The Boys by Garth Ennis. That is a good one. Nothing but superhero trashing and keeping them in check. Keep up the good work, guys. Tim, of course, has bad taste, so I'm sure he wouldn't. Tries Keith 13. Greeting Greg and Sexy Tim. Greg, really looking forward to you beating Zyger's ass on the 28th. Nothing gets me more excited than the thought of a little ethnically diverse boy getting his ass pounded by a large pale man. See you in June on Sexiest Comedian. It's always a pleasure, Cameron. Hunter KW17, Gabe Winter, lasers are cool, and 19.
They are.
Just finished Kingdom Come and thought it was a fantastic look at Superman's flaws. Thanks for the suggestion, Greg, and keep fucking that chicken, best friends. We will. The Andy Prince says, heart you, Tim. Tam Tran 48, lightning hat. I've been here longer than 4 months, gosh darn it. Really wish that Twitch knew to auto resub to you guys, because you're the best. Love you all. Yep, sucks. Remember, of course, Twitch Prime users can't auto renew. You got to come and give it to us every time. Rez13, Stephen McHale, Spaceman Spiff 00. 1 month ago, I sat in a bar and shared an old fashioned with Greg Miller. Thanks for coming all the way to Edmonton. Cheers. Hi, Tim. Thank you for coming out. Tim can hear you. He knows you said hi. JB Joshby. Fox, Big Bad Beluga. Love to spend 26 plus months with this wonderful community. Tim, how much do you love Brutal Legend? And can you share any updates on Psychonauts 2? Well, I think we've covered how much he loves Brutal Legend. Psychonaut 2 update, I'll try to get when he gets back here. Kevin, remind me of that.
Okay.
Rickin Dragon. Empire Chaotic. Zephyr 7734. Owl with Antlers. Michael DGL1. W Beams 76. 4 months. Woohoo. Low Kian. Tim, I'm currently playing Grim Fandango Remastered, going for the platinum, but playing with tank controls is annoying as hell. I already called him on that shit. He's a son of a bitch. He doesn't respect the platinum. Here it goes. Campo 63. Mr. Tim Schafer, I've recently graduated with a degree in architecture, but my passion has me wanting a game in video games, or job in video games. What can I have a job? In all seriousness, what type of jobs are for people with my degree in that field?
A lot of questions. Yeah.
I mean, that's a weird one. I don't think architecture is going to come over too handy, but maybe building stuff. Yeah, what if Campos 63 had a degree in architecture? How could he use that to make video games? I mean, build stuff in wireframes?
Well, actually, a lot of their level designers come from architecture school.
There you go.
Because when you study architecture, you think it's going to be great, and then you get out and you find out you're making, like, you're laying electrical in someone else's building.
Yeah.
Now you're doing a lot less glamorous work often. For
Mr. Brady made it look cool in Brady Bunch.
Yeah, they always make it like, oh, I'm going to design buildings.
I have
but
this
like,
cool table.
The person who gets to design buildings is like the 80-year-old person whose name is on the company.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has to like put the bathrooms in a BART station or something. And so, but so a lot of those architecture students go into games where they can make whole worlds and fantasy things, and they're awesome things.
Shove it up there. Shove it up there.
What was the game that you were asking about?
I'm coming back to that one.
Okay.
Big Bad Beluga had a question for you while you were gone. He said, how much do you love Brutal Legend? I think we've covered that. You love it a lot.
I love Brutal Legend.
And then, can you share any updates on Psychonauts 2?
Oh, we're working on an update.
Okay.
Working on Raz's new psychic powers, adding some new psychic powers.
Oh, okay.
Cool stuff. We got we got some first couple mental worlds happening.
You're making a game over there.
Now we don't know, like, we're transparent and everything, like, we're getting to the point where, like, we'd be showing a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
I'm trying to balance that out by just showing maybe some wireframes and white boxes.
Sure.
Is that terms? After that full
put the camera here while you work, and then they can't see what you're working on, but you can be like, oh, that's a good one.
This is the kind of vision, the storyboarding vision that I doesn't... But they want to see. That's the thing they want to see.
Too bad. They can see it when they get the game. Little Bit Random says 4 months through Amazon Prime. Love it and love you, Mr. Schafer.
Thank you.
A lot of people have been shouting you out, saying hi, they love you, this stuff.
Sweet. Love from the internet.
Jay Goldman, 91. Arville Sinard, is there any chance of a new Monkey Island game in the future somewhere?
Well, I mean, that's a Disney property.
Yeah.
As you know. So it's...
You don't know.
It's not likely. Not likely, unless like Ron wanted to do it, and crazy things have happened. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
Or we could do something new. Ron's got a new game, Thimbleweed Park. Just came out last week.
You play it yet?
Play that? Nope. It's with there. I got to finish. Well, I got the thing. I got to start it soon.
A lot of stuff. Lot of stuff.
I kind of want to play on console because
You got to play an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Or just wait for PlayStation 4 one day, probably. Rydog V says, funneling that Amazon money to the best dudes on the internet. Also, thanks, Tim, for sharing your awesomeness with the best friends today.
That's awesome.
Stoke636, Tim, video game development student from Michigan State here. Spring break 2018, the program will be heading out to SF to visit studios. Any chance of visiting Double Fine? Expect a request from us soon.
Awesome. You should talk to our community manager or mail the info line, info@Double Fine. Or at our Twitter account. Get their attention one of those ways.
Just show up.
Oh, don't just show up. It's all about timing.
I hear you.
Sometimes people show up and just pour oil on them.
Whoa! Is it hot?
Sometimes they come in and we're really nice. You never know. You never know what kind of mood we're going to be in.
HT.
But we have students in all the time.
RX98. Good to see Tim on the show. On another note, Greg, any plans for Cooking with Greggy's show? Would love to see one. I have nothing to announce at this time, and I don't comment on rumor and speculation. Sweet.
Or ongoing investigations.
Yeah. Conversation with a nerd. Oh, no. It's one of these ones. Hold on, Kevin.
Is it tiny font?
No, it's the one. Remember yesterday when there was the gibberish?
No.
But then you wanted real words in the middle of it. There's real words in the middle of it.
You asked for that?
No, I didn't.
You're going to say it out loud. It's going to be super dirty.
I see what the real words are.
All right. Mike?
FESFSGAGEFUCKESGJISESEGMESSELGMESL. Fuck me, Greg was the hidden message if you wanted to know.
Oh. Is that how people hit on you?
Apparently. Commander Mulrooney, whatever.
Why did you read that whole thing?
Because it's a fun little gag we do. I used to subscribe to Kinda Funny using old Subway gift cards. Thanks for letting me know I can sub with Amazon Prime. This is way easier. All right, Mackle Morris, M. Gear Leo, Willie Badman, a random peanut. Only 3 more months, Winky Emoda. That'll be 9 months. Then we'll have our Twitch baby. Martine Green, Master Exploder. You are the final sub of the day. Now we're staying on, of course. To do some Full Throttle. But real quick, this is one I wanted to call back, another tip you missed while you're gone. Evan_S tipped and said, Tim Schafer, penis taper.
Is that a new nickname?
I guess, I don't know.
Tim Schafer, does that even rhyme? Does that really...
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kinda Funny Morning Show. We're not going off the air. We're going to stream Full Throttle here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. And in 2 minutes, LaToya is delivering burgers, so we're going to eat those on the stream probably too.
If I don't tape it down, it intimidates people.
All right. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about penis taping.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, hang out for a second. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on podcasts later, thank you so much. Until tomorrow, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
And so that's why I don't go to Georgia anymore.
Gotcha.
But legally, I can go to one state nearby, but are we live?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to us streaming some Full Throttle here. I spelled your name right? No, I'm missing
like
a C. I'm missing a C. I knew something I was missing. Nope.
Schafer, like thin as a wafer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Tim Schafer hates superheroes. Kind of funny morning show. Andy.
Wait, Jesus, that's your
Andy, please.
clickbait.
Please make thumb.
Clickbait.
It's funny.
No, Tim Schafer is a super villain, is what I'd like to. I'm gonna destroy all superheroes with this button.
No, I don't like that as much. That doesn't get us clicked. I mean, I can do it if you want. Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
I just put in the request for a thumb from you because I need your help making a thumb for the morning show we just did. The headline I gave you was Tim Schafer hates superheroes. Tim would like Tim Schafer is a supervillain.
No, I would like.
Do you want to have some fun with Photoshop and make Tim into a supervillain? All right, cool. Then do that. That sounds
That
good.
could be more fun.
What did you do, Kevin?